it's nearly 7 o'clock on the 12th of September, and I'm in North Wales, about 20 minutes away from Carnarvon, where I'll be staying just the one night. I'd like to say welcome to sunny Wales, but actually at the moment the weather's been pretty miserable. But tomorrow, most importantly, and Saturday, the forecast for the Snowdon National Park, which is where I'm headed, is going to be pretty awesome. In fact, Friday's forecast, and it is just a forecast, but Friday's forecast is actually the best forecast I've ever had prior to spending a day in the mountains. And I'm particularly excited because I'm on my way to a photography course. It's a landscape photography workshop, which will be 2 nights wild camping in, around and near to Snowdon summit. So when I've been checking the forecast, and tomorrow's forecast is there's still a 90% chance of a cloud-free summit with excellent visibility, no sign of rain and hardly any wind. I've even brought the drone with me, so do stay with me and see how I get on. Oh, good morning. I've just had breakfast. I'm about to head out because I need to go to a camera shop and pick up a bit that I haven't considered, which is quite important. I won't embarrass myself and say what that is, but let's just say the camera's not going to fit onto the tripod I brought unless I have this bit. So schoolboy error on that front, but hey, that's why I'm here to learn. I thought I'd just very quickly just show you what I've got in my kit. Tonight, when we set up camp, I will show you the tent, my sleeping bag, and just some of the other bits and pieces for the wild camping side, which is quite essential, but that's already packed in the bag and I don't want to get that all out now because it's a nightmare to put it all back in properly. So I thought I'd just show you some of the other bits and pieces I'm going to be taking with me. The weather is looking great, which is good, except it does mean that on the way up it's going to be nice and warm, very little wind, and on the top it's still going to drop down to be quite cold at night. So I'm going to be carrying quite a few layers, even though for most of the time I'm probably not going to need them. So the essentials: waterproof jacket. It doesn't matter if the forecast say there is no rain at all. It's not going to happen. Okay, on the mountains things can change very, very quickly. Always take a waterproof jacket. Okay, these things can literally save your life. I'm going to take what we call a mid fleece, or a mid-layer fleece. This one from Montaigne is really lightweight. I've had it for years. I wear it all the time at home. It's smart enough you can wear it in a pub, and you can also, it's hard wearing. You can take it out on the hills. It's a great, it's a great mid-layer. One of my favourite pieces of sort of, I suppose, what I'd wear over what I'm wearing now. This is the base layer. This from Mountain Equipment. I can't remember the name of it actually. It's the, I'll tell you because actually I do. Generally, I've used this a few times and it is great. It cuts the wind out. It keeps you nice and warm. And for the last couple of times I've been on the mountains, I've only had to wear this, even on the summit. So it's the Mountain Equipment. It's the Integrity Hooded Tee. This thing is, honestly, it's brilliant. It's quick drying, it's breathable, it keeps you nice and warm, cuts the wind out, and it's really lightweight as well. So that's going to go into my waterproof stuff sack. These are brilliant because if it does start raining, it keeps your gear nice and dry, but also it enables you to sort of organise your rucksack, so you know where everything is if you're trying to find something, particularly as I've got a 65-70 litre rucksack, so you can get quite a lot in it. So the first thing I'm going to put in my stuff sack for the clothing bag is this down jacket. Because we're doing photography and we're going to be on the summit in the evening for quite a long time standing around,
you're not moving, your body's not, your body's losing heat. A down jacket is brilliant and almost essential. And the other thing is they're really lightweight, and you can stuff them in, and they take up very little space, but they will keep you nice and warm. And if you get cold at night, even in your sleeping bag, you can whack that and sleep with that. If you're warm enough in your sleeping bag, this makes a great pillow. Much better than the air pillows you can buy. I mean, they're okay, but personally I just can't sleep on them. So when I go to sleep, as long as I'm warm enough, which hopefully I will be, my down jacket on that lovely pillow, and if I need to bulk it out a little bit more, I can put my raincoat, as long as it's dry, in there as well. So I'm going to put my mid fleece in there as well, and just stuff that right down. Now I would, given the time of year and where we're going, be anticipating wearing this starting out at base. I don't think I'm going to need it. In fact, if I do need to just take the chill off my arms, I'll stick my jacket on and walk up with that. But I don't even think I'm going to. I actually think I'm going to be walking out for most of today in just a t-shirt. So that's going to go in there. Now, I've got hat and gloves, but I'm going to keep those in a separate bag because if I want access to those, I don't want to have to go through all of this. This is the stuff I don't think I'm going to need until I get to the summit. So I'm going to take all the air out, get that down jacket squashed in, and just roll that down a few times, and there we go. So that's got my down jacket, my mid fleece, and my, well, it's still another mid layer, but it's a lighter mid layer, the hooded tee. That's all in that bag, and that's going to go into my rucksack. I take a first aid kit. I've never, ever, ever in 10 years needed it, except some ibuprofen. But you know what? I always take it because the day I don't take this is the day I need it, and an emergency blanket as well. It's not just you and your safety. You could come across an injured person on the hills. Toothpaste and toothbrush. Yeah, well, some people don't bother brushing their teeth on a wild camp. I'm going with a group of people that I don't know, so I thought I might just take it just in case. You never know. That sounds a bit wrong. Hopefully the wife isn't watching this. Anyway, move on. So first aid kit, and again that goes into another stuff sack. And that goes somewhere. I put it right down the bottom of my rucksack, or near to the bottom, just simply because I don't plan on using it. But if I do need to use it, regardless, everything's going to come out. I'm not going to care what happens. I need to get access to this. Hat and gloves. I'm just taking a lightweight beanie hat and gloves, and these ones are apparently touch sensitive, so I can operate camera and phone and bits and pieces, just in case it's a little bit nippy on the top later on tonight, although I don't think it will be. I've got the Minimo jet boil, which will be used for my dinner tonight, and maybe a coffee in the morning. And I've got my little travel mug. Inside my travel mug, I've stolen all of the hotel sachets of coffee and 10-year lifelong milk. So that's going to come with me. Gas, otherwise this isn't going to work. Map. We're not going to go just up Snowdon. We're going to do some stuff around Snowdon, and although I know Snowdon very, very well, and most of the peaks around it, you just never know. You might come across an injured party, and you might have to give grid references to mountain rescue. Your description of what you know of the paths may not be what they may not understand where exactly you are. Even though you know where you are on the path, you may not be able to communicate that to mountain rescue. They want a grid reference, so I always take a map just in case. A couple more stuff sacks. One of these will be my food and stuff will go in there, which I'm about to head off to and pick up. And then a smaller one, which I'm going to stick the drone into. I'm actually taking the drone up today because there's meant to be no wind on the summit, or very little wind on the summit. And the forecasters are almost certain that it's going to be cloud-free on the summit as well. So I've never had this good as forecast In all the times I've come to North Wales, I've always had the summit's always been completely covered in cloud. So I'm taking the drone. It is a bit of extra weight, but it might be one of the only opportunities I get to get some great footage, some aerial footage. So I'm going to stick the drone in that. And really, that's all I can show you at the moment, because the rest of the stuff's in the rucksack. Tonight when I set up camp, I will show you the rest of the stuff that's in there. I've got a Camelback 3 litre for water, and I've also got a water purifier in there just in case I go through a lot of water. Personally, 2.5 litres of water is normally enough for me up and down and overnight, but we'll see. I've got it just in case because it weighs hardly anything. And that's it. I'm going to head off because I need to get to the camera shop, pick up the bit that I need, and get to the meeting point by 1 o'clock. I will see you on the way up. Thank you. Okay, so when I was putting this video together, I noticed that the GoPro footage didn't come out at all from the trip on the way up to the top of Snowdon and also on the way back down. I promised at the time that I was going to take some footage on the GoPro, but unfortunately it didn't come out. I'm really sorry. So we're now going to go straight to the top. I've got some pictures I took on my phone, which I'll probably throw in the video now. But yeah, I'm sorry about that. But enjoy the rest of the video.
And that is dinner. A Thai sweet chili noodle soup. Cooked on the good old-fashioned jet boil. Probably can't see, that's the moon, which is right outside my tent, and is where I'm sleeping tonight. I'm testing out the new RAB Neutrino Pro 400, so I'll let you know what that's like in the morning. And yeah, just enjoying a very well deserved hot noodle soup. Yeah, I'm tired. It's been a very long day. Okay, so we're nearly at the end of the video. I've just got the drone footage and a couple of photographs that I want to share from my trip to Snowdon. I don't think the photographs are particularly great. I probably went a little bit overboard with the HDR process in Lightroom. It was my first time using Lightroom, and when I was messing around with HDR, I probably got a little bit too excited. So please don't look at the photographs and in any way treat them as a reflection of James's workshop. It was an excellent workshop, but this was my first time at landscape photography. In fact, it was my first time using a camera in a professional or amateur sense at all. You know, getting off auto. I gave it a go. I tried to learn as much as I could from James, but you know, photography is, as I've recently learned, is a massive subject to try and grasp, you know, to do it properly. So I'm happy with the experience. I've actually been on a couple more workshops with James, and you know, I'm learning all the time. Some of my photographs from the Peak District that we did recently came out a lot better than the ones I'm about to show you from Snowdon, and I'm going to go to the Isle of Skye with James in a couple of weeks' time and do a week's workshop up there as well. So I'm hoping that, you know, my photographs will just improve the more that I spend, the more time that I spend practicing and spending time with people like James, learning from the professionals. I will put a link to James's website in the description box below, because quite honestly, I've done a lot of workshops on different subjects and different hobbies, and I found James to be really patient. He's easy to get along with. He keeps his group sizes quite small, so he can give each participant plenty of time and tuition. So I really would recommend you know, checking out his website, and if you're interested in landscape photography, then definitely he is definitely one to consider going with. So thank you for watching. If you did like it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, be kind with the comments. I'm a sensitive soul. Thank you.